It's Kris Gethin. Okay, guys, hopefully you can hear me. Kris Gethin reporting here from Sydney, Australia. I just arrived here yesterday after like over 30 hours travel, so excuse me if I seem a little bit puffy and tired and whatever. Got in a workout here yesterday, but I didn't sleep much last night, but I'm a little bit tired. But thank you so much for everybody coming in and waiting. I hear that we've got like 400 or 500 eyes here waiting to ask questions. So I'm really honored that you guys would tune in just to speak to me. So I'm going to get this party started, get straight into it. So to begin with, this is from Eric Cayford. My question is, you took creatine and casein during the 12 weeks, question mark. I'd also like to thank you. I started the year weighing at 280. Now I currently weigh 230. Yes, I did take creatine during the transformation. I was using the HCl kind. I find that I don't get any bloating on that over, say, monohydrate. And I would have explained that in other video series as well. So I take that in my pre-workout and my post-workout. And those are the only times that I'd take it. And then on my non-training days, I'd just make sure that I'd take it, again, spread out throughout the day, 2 intervals. And then I've got a question from Catherine Robson. Will running a marathon ruin muscle gains from your program? And secondly, do you recommend pre-workout supplements to cardio sessions? Number one, yes, you will ruin your muscle gains doing a marathon. So prior to this video series, you know, everybody was looking at the before pictures and saying, no, that's fake, that's bullshit, he's never been out of that shape. Well, you haven't lived my life, have you? Or obviously listened to me or followed me, because like 4 months before this video series, I did do a triathlon. So I lost a lot of muscle and I put on a lot of fat. People thought that I should be lean, but I ate no protein. I just ate fats and carbs. So I was very soft at 89 kilos, and I finished the program at like 95, 96 kilos. And pre-workout supplement, no, you wouldn't take it before cardio. You just take it before your workout, and that is it. If you're going to take anything pre-cardio, it'd be anti-catabolic. So like your BCAAs, your glutamine, your leucine, etc. And then I got a question here from Jason Lloyd. Great program, bit disappointed that I can't yet add this to my calendar. Think it will go with the DTP until New Year. Try this. Are you going to be at Body Power in the UK at 2015? Yes, I will be there. And this is from Rahul Sharma. I want to know the best time to exercise, morning, evening, doesn't matter. Sometimes I train in the morning, sometimes I train in the afternoon, evening, all depending on my calendar, my schedule. I usually like to train in the morning after I've had 1 or 2 meals, but it's entirely up to you. There isn't a good time. Whenever your muscles on your brain feel the most active is the adequate time for you to facilitate that training session. Next question from John Cutler. Any relation to Jay? Hi, Chris. What calorie surplus over maintenance you decided for yourself? I noticed in the first day it was 3,002, which seemed to be around 350 calories surplus for a 90 calorie person. What was the calorie amount on the 12th week? Well, wait and watch the video series, because it goes up several hundred calories per week, dependent if you're sedentary, active, or whatever. But personally, I was on about 6,000 calories myself, which was a lot of food for clean calories, but I put on a lot of muscle during that time so I could do that. Can I realistically expect to get rid of excess body fat? Now, I try to get these questions, guys, to be more directive to the video series. That's why I'm here, to answer any doubts that you have for this video series. Yes, you will put on muscle, and you will probably lose some fat as well. I know I did, because we were performing cardio straight after the workouts. There's no cheat days. There's a lot of meal frequency to maintain the metabolism and maintain blood sugar levels so you don't get cravings to eat shit. So I found that as I put on, well, you could see the before and after pictures. I definitely leaned out as I packed on muscle. Regardless, yes, of course I got rid of my hair. Yes, of course I had a bit of a tan. I wanted to make sure that I had these pictures look as impressive as possible. I worked my ass off during that 12 weeks. I gave everything that I absolutely had. So of course I want to look my best, and that's why, you know, I'm making sure that I'm pumped, and I'm, you know, trying to make myself look as symmetrical and lean and muscular as possible. And I'd recommend you guys do the same. Hi, Kris. Can you give us an example of what you eat in an entire day? Watch the video series and you will see. And that's from Bernardo. The next question is from Benete Freeze. Do you set a meal plan, or do you simply give us how many calories and macros we need, and then we need to figure it out? If you watch the video series, if you look at the overview of the nutrition, below that you will see a calculator where you will put in your weight and your activity level, whether it be active, sedentary, or whatever, and then it will give you your calorie specific requirement to begin with, and then you add from there. Next question is from Corey Chung. Hi, Kris. I'm your fan from Malaysia. Great workout you provided. What is your body fat percentage before this program and after this program? Thanks for answering. I didn't measure my body fat on this video series. I've measured it on the video series that I just completed called the 4 Weeks to Shred. I've never done body fat before, ever. But I wanted to measure it on this 4-week series, which will be out immediately following this 12-week series. And my body fat, I pretty much halved it from 15.9 down to 7.8 or something. And that was in the 4 weeks. Next question is from Caitlin Gavin. Can I take my rest days split apart during the week to fit my schedule, or do they have to be back to back? Obviously, the preference is the more accurate that you can do to mimic the video series, the better. But I understand that people live in a real world and schedules alter. So as long as you get your body parts in by the end of the week, that's the priority. Next question is, my question for you is, can I use your new program to lose fat and gain muscle, or do I have to do your other 12-week daily trainer program? I'd recommend, if your primary goal is to burn fat and build muscle, is that you do the prior series, yes. But if it's purely muscle building, I recommend that you follow the muscle building trainer, because that is the complete priority and the goal of that one. Okay, now I'm just loading some more questions. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Good. You're working?
Yeah. So on my right-hand side, I know questions should be coming, but they're not loading at the moment. And they should be coming from the top, but nothing's coming down. Nothing's scrolling down, guys. Sorry. Andrew, Ivers, are you there? Can you help here? The questions don't seem to be loading. Okay, so I've got another question here. If you are vegetarian, what do you recommend for muscle building? I recommend that you follow the plan exactly how it's recommended and how it's written out there, except you obviously swap out your protein requirements for the vegetarian ones. So that would be soy. That would be like silk paneer, the low-fat, not tofu, sorry. Silk tofu, your low-fat tofu, your low-fat paneer, your egg whites, your whey protein, your casein. So basically all you do is eradicate your first-class proteins of meat products, such as your chicken, turkey, fish, steak, etc., and you replace it with the vegetarian ones that I just listed. Hi, Kris. Will I lose excess chest fat, man breast, from your program? Yes, you'll lose body fat from everywhere, though, not targeted from a specific body part. And that was from Diutaman Data. Sorry if I've got your name wrong there. Kris, isn't it surprising that you would put on so much mass as an experienced bodybuilder? Do you attribute that surprising gain over such a short period of time to the loss associated with a triathlon? Yes, obviously there is muscle memory there. The reason why I stopped training in the beginning is because I tore my hamstring and I tore my pec while snowboarding at the earlier part of the year, and I don't really know how to put my foot on the gas halfway. I only know all the way down or all the way off, so that's why I thought I'll take it off and get ready for a triathlon. And obviously with that muscle loss, when I got back into the gym 4 months later, there is going to be some mind-muscle connect, some muscle memory there, which will allow it to come back pretty quick. And that question was from Matthew Paul, was it? I can't see there. No, it was from JMS Chideman. Okay, now the next question, this is from Mark Kurd. Hi Chris, any help in feeling fatigue? I have increased my carbs to 420, but the more carbs I intake, the more I feel tired. My fats are 80, my protein are 200, all from clean sources. What I'd recommend, if I find it hard to, because sometimes I find it hard to digest foods and it requires a lot of energy to do that, I'll take digestive enzymes, I'll have my probiotics just to make sure that my gut is healthy the whole time and I'm able to absorb those foods. Another thing that I do, if this is still exhausting for me, I make those meals that much smaller, increase the frequency. So if I'm eating 6 meals, I may slash them a little bit smaller and increase it over an eight meals, maybe more, and I find my energy levels kind of bounce back then. Make sure you're staying hydrated. A lot of people are fatigued because they're not hydrated enough. And this is from is your 12-week trainer good for beginners? How different is it from your first trainers? It's good for beginners, intermediate, advanced, male or female. However, obviously your intensity would change accordingly dependent on your background and your experience. So obviously you're not going to go in there and lift a weight that I'm going to be lifting or somebody else with more experience. And the intensity may come down as well. So your rest periods may be extended a little bit longer. So you just adapt that accordingly to your goals and experience. Matt Clowder, you're lucky that I'm answering this question because you spelled my name with a C, and I hate that. Hack squats are impossible for me only because I don't have access to a hack squat machine. What is a viable replacement to put focus on quads? Try front squats, or use a Smith machine with your legs back a little bit as opposed to forward, or you can do it with the dumbbells. Do sissy squats. That'll target your quads just like a hack squat will. This is from Surav Basu. Hi Chris, would intermittent fasting affect me negatively if I use your program? Yeah, you will suck with your results because you need that fuel constantly put into you for performance and recovery on a consistent basis. You'll never be able to keep up with the intensity of the program if you start intermittent fasting. If you go into intermittent fast, I recommend that you follow a completely different program. This program is put together synergistically for the training, for the cardio, for the supplementation, for the recovery, so it can work together. Otherwise, you're going to have like a three-legged stool here with one of those legs shorter than the other. The foundation's going to be unstable. You're going to fall. Hi, Chris. This is from Zoran Bratic. I don't see the Tiger in this program. You've used in hardcore 12-week series. Good for me to use post-workout meal. Gretz from Austria. No, I don't use Vitago in this program because what you'll notice is that immediately following my workout, but before we do the cardio, which comes post-workout, we have our protein shake, which is like hydrolyzed whey protein, some free-form amino acids, which are anti-catabolic. I didn't want anything too high. I didn't want a carbohydrate that's going to be stuck in the stomach that will require a little bit of digestion whilst I'm doing the cardio. I needed to be empty, and I didn't want to be utilizing the calorie surplus then to lose body fat. I just wanted to be anti-catabolic, so that was the goal. Next question is from Daitama Data again. I don't get lean beef in my country, so how do I substitute it? Easy. Eat chicken, poultry, fish, egg whites. Don't have to eat red meat. And then Andrew, is your, oh no, I've answered that question. And then I've got, coming from Washington, D.C., USA, can you tell me how tall you are? I'm 5'8". I'm 6'6", 230, been eating clean for a while and working out 6 days a week. I saw in a preview video you hurt yourself. How do you push yourself through that? Mental capacity or stupidity? That's how I work myself around it. Yeah, I screwed up my patella in the second week, just training with stupidity. And basically, I did everything that I could to see the top specialists there in India, and I worked my way around it. When I was supposed to ice and rest it like twice a day, I made sure that I did it 6 times a day, and I worked around the injury. And it just comes down to a lot of mental strength at the end of the day, and being prepared for the uncertainties, because I go into the gym all the time knowing that anything could happen. Just like you go out every day knowing that you could get stuck in traffic, you could be delayed, there could be a social gathering, there could be a death, and you're prepared for it. You know, so otherwise, if these things crop up, it's going to become an excuse. So I never have any excuses allowed to rear its ugly head because I'm always prepared. So next question here is, let me scroll down because there's a lot of them coming now. Thank you. Right, hi Chris, great job on your programs. I work out in the mornings with an empty stomach with a pre-workout and a fat burner. Would that interfere with my results? This is from J.O. Ricardo Gobelin. Sorry if I can't get the names right. Yeah, that'd be shit. You'd want to make sure that you have a meal in your stomach. You know, maybe wake up 30, 45 minutes earlier. Make sure you have a light meal in your stomach, like oats and whey or egg whites. Let that settle. Then, like an hour later, take your pre-workout. This is from James Gray. Hi, Chris. You seem to be devoted to good quality food sources. Would you say this would give improved results over, say, flexible dieting? Yeah, of course I'd say it'd give you better results because flexible dieting allows shit foods. Obviously, if you're going to put a shit fuel source into your body, then you're going to look shit or you're going to perform shit. You know, people try it and they can do it. They get results, and I don't knock it. Do that if you're going to do that. I'd never be bold and brash and say it doesn't work because it does work. But I found that it works better if you take a cleaner fuel source. It's logic. You know, it's common sense that if you have something that's going to feed the fuel, feed the performance, feed the recovery, feed your blood sugar levels so you don't have these crashes, then of course you're going to look and feel better, aren't you? What have we got there?
Lemon and apple cider vinegar.
Oh, lemon?
And apple cider vinegar.
Lemon and apple cider vinegar. I'm getting spoiled here in Australia. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Does that make your teeth?
Oh my God. I'm suffering from my heart there. Bloody hell, it tastes like shit. Oh. Sorry guys, I gotta have my coffee. So, wash that tasty beverage down. Thank you. What do you think about fasted workout? Really early in the morning. This is from Bernardo Laura. I think that's a bad idea because you need to have some type of fuel within your body to get through the workout, especially if it's extended with a lot of volume within it. So you'd have to have something there within your glycogen resources of your liver and protein resources to remain anti-catabolic. Somebody says, this is, where did I see it? Oh, this is from J.O. Ricardo again. Chris, can I take a fat burner while doing your program? Yeah, you can, if you wanted to primarily lose some body fat as well. You know, I've said it before, I recommend the grenade as a fat burner. So if you want to take that, yeah, take that before your workout, and it'll give you an extra kick for sure as well. And next question here is from JV Tourist 86. I've had hair replacement surgery and I use a topical hair cream. Will taking a test booster, where did that go? Increase my hair loss? No, natural testosterone boosters will not increase your hair loss. I get a lot of questions like that in regards to protein powders and stuff like that as well. No, it's just a natural form of supplementation. So a natural ingredient isn't going to do that for you. It's not going to be anabolic to the extent that you're going to drop hair, you know. Okay. So Mohammed asked, got a question here. Somewhere along the middle of the program, I'd have to have my wisdom tooth extracted, and I won't be able to follow the program for a few days. Should I restart the program or continue from where I left off? All depends how far back you're going to drop. So what I would recommend is that you can continue the program, but stay on top of your nutrition requirements. I've had wisdom teeth as well out. It's not fun, but at least you can still take in your protein powders. You don't have to chew on any food, just to make sure that you don't miss any meals, you know. Hold on, these questions are getting a little bit fast now. This is, oh, where did that go? These questions are moving. This is from Rosario. You recommend a testosterone booster in your supplement stack. Advantage and disadvantages of taking this. I'm also 24. Yeah, you're 24 years old. You don't need to take it. I'm a little bit older than you, so as you get older, your testosterone levels do decline. So that's why I'd recommend if you're a little bit older. But I take tests all the time just to make sure that my health is intact. That's the priority for me. Health first, vanity purposes come third because therapeutic purposes are there second. But I have my tests to make sure if my testosterone levels are good, stable, and they're starting to decline now. So that's why I supplement with a testosterone booster as well. Hey Chris, Stacks, I like the gym brand and I trust Jim Stepani. Should I switch to your recommendations? Also, the nutrition portion of your website, can your body fat, I'm 28, 20%, sorry, that question just disappeared. I can't see it now, but anyway, Jim Stepani's brand is fantastic. It's a great brand. It's really, really good quality. So if you're happy with taking that brand, that's absolutely fine. Of course, if you want to take Cage Muscle when it comes out, you can try it, see what you think. But Jim's line is great. I've taken it and I was very impressed. And then we've got another question. Yeah, have I read these ones? Hi, Chris. Can you please give us... No, I've read that one. I apologize, guys. These questions are jumping a little bit all over the place. Do you think it was a CrossFit workout after your leg workout on day one that caused the knee injury? You warm up so thoroughly in the video, as I recall. It may have contributed to it, but I don't think it was a be-all and end-all. What really that maybe started it, but what really screwed it up is that I continued to squat through it and made it a lot worse. And that was only because the cameras were rolling. If they weren't rolling, I would have just stopped and I would have gone to another exercise. Squats have never really done well for me. But like I know I got a little bit of jib from people from the other video series because I didn't do it. But I've always got really much better leg response from not doing squats, from doing leg press, where I don't have to focus on balance. I don't have to focus on my core or anything like that. I just focus on being directive with my leg muscles firing on a leg press or something that I'm supported in. And I think just powering through that on that squat day, that's what really screwed it up. Next question here is from Edgeman Ural. Hey Chris, I've been following you since 2012. I was 66 kilos, now I'm 80 with 9% body fat. However, I'm facing an acne problem in my lower back because of BCAA, creatine, and protein. Damn, sorry dude, your question just disappeared from me because they're coming so fast. Oh, there it is. How can I stop this without stopping the use of supplements? I'm 21. I'm sorry, buddy, but your brain is playing games with you. Branched chain amino acids, creatine, and protein powder, they're natural derivatives. So creatine comes from steak. Do you get acne when you eat red meat? Probably not. Protein is a derivative of a milk protein powder without the lactose, without the fat. Do you get acne from when you drink milk? Probably not. It's not the supplements, buddy. It's not the supplements. Sean Lyle says, how do you work around your tattoos? I have tattoos on myself. Depending on the location of the new one, do you modify completely around that body part or do the same exercises? Just being careful. Yeah, I've never, like obviously I've got a lot of tattoos that I've had done a lot of times. I'm getting some more done actually by Insomnia next week in Melbourne. And tattoos never ever stop me from working out. On that particular day when I've had a tattoo, I always go to work out. I don't really work out around it. Of course, they recommend that you shouldn't, but my priority is to work out, and I evolve my environment around my workouts. So I would never, it's entirely up to you what you do, but I'd never stop a workout or train around a particular body part that's been tattooed if that particular muscle group falls on that day, but that's just me. WOA Easily says, hi Chris, what is your view on simple carbs after a workout to help drive post-workout into muscle pixie sticks? Yeah, fine, no problem. Just not on this particular program because we do cardio post-workout and we eat after that. Okay, Anchor asks, what's your meal after cardio on non-training days and after how long? Normally I'll eat pretty much straight away after cardio, let's say like 10, 15 minutes or something like that, and it's normally something light. And you know, when I say light, high BV value of like egg whites or fish or something like that, along with like quinoa. I eat gluten-free majority of the time, so quinoa normally mixed up with my egg whites or oats. Let me see. I got Dan Theory here. How's it going, brother? Chris, we watched the premiere last week at Bodybuilding.com of the video series, and I saw in the preview videos you mentioned post-workout ice-cold showers. I've heard this idea before, but without logical explanation, can you share the benefits? Yes, you build up a lot of inflammation, obviously a lot of free radical damage and whatnot when you're training. So I want to get rid of that inflammation as soon as possible to increase the recovery within the body as soon as possible. So what you do is blood shunt, basically. That's what it's calling, where you get rid of the blood from the area and you replace it then with a rush of you get rid of the inflammation, you have that cold area, so it flushes the blood from the area. And at the same time, it gets rid of toxins such as, your lactic acid. So you want to eradicate that from the area as soon as possible. Then, when the blood flow comes back in, it's going to be bringing in oxygen and nutrition-rich blood as well. So it just assists with the recovery and gets rid of the inflammation, because the training that we're undergoing through this video series is very, very intense. Dave Mitchell says, how do you ensure all your gym gear is in your gym bag? I forget items often. I just don't forget. Odd question, but there you go. This is James Gray. Good quality food sources. Where did that go? You seem to be devoted to good quality. No, I've read that one. Let me scroll back up here. I work out because the only time sessions. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I got a question here. In your training program, if you have only 1 hour to perform all the exercises, how will I manage this? Given that you want to increase weight, but you get tired and cannot keep up with the intensity, what should I do? And that's from Alexander Lee. An hour is normally fine to get your workout within. But if you can't keep up with the intensity because you're feeling fatigued, either you need to realign your mental motivation or you need to look at your diet, because you're not facilitating the fuel needed to train with the intensity. If it's the latter, then that's an easy fix. You need to make sure that either your food is cleaner, your hydration is increased. But if it's not that, then it's your mental capacity and you don't want it bad enough, basically. If you want it bad enough, you'll get it. You'll go after that intensity. And then Dunstan asked, I've attempted the 12-week trainer and the 4-week DTPA. I'd like to know whether this program could work out for me, considering there's been noticeable change in the mirror and overall stamina with the other two programs. Yeah, you'll get massive gains off this video series. This is the toughest one that's been put together to date. So yeah, I'd recommend that you jump in full bore. Next question is from Dave Mitchell. Besides the obvious answer to this, how do you stay organized with making sure you have all the equipment, accessories, gym clothes, towel, drink, gym bag before you head out to the gym? Most time I will forget the towel, etc. Again, this all comes down to organization. I make sure that I have my gym bag ready the day before. I'm not doing anything the day of. I'm focusing on the workout the day of. So just make sure that you have everything ready the evening before, and maybe from now on, have a checklist. So you write down all the things that you need to have in your gym bag and have that written down so you can go through it, or have it in your phone or whatever it may be, and go through that list to ensure that you tick everything off that you have ready before you go. Like, I make sure that I got my headphones every time I go, otherwise I would be pissed if I showed up without my headphones. Got to have my tunes, buddy. Andrew Gerber, on average week, how much do you spend on food? Do you recommend grass-fed or organic, and can you get away with regular non-organic food? I currently get my meals from Muscle Food UK. If you're in the UK, then that's great. You can order from them, but if you're not, sucks to be you. But that's where I normally get my food. And, you know, they are organic. You know, there's no GMO there, and I get some exotic foods. When I say exotic, not so exotic. Now I'm here in Australia, but I get my kangaroo, ostrich, and stuff like that. When it comes to how much I spend on food, you know what, this may sound really ignorant, but when it comes to food and when it comes to supplementation, I don't look at the price because I cannot put a price on my health, so I ignore it. I don't want to know how much I spend on food, to be honest with you. Things when it comes to materialistic possessions, whether it be clothes, whether it be jewelry, whether it be a car or anything like that for the home, I look at the price because that isn't as important to me. So I make sure that I don't overly spend on things like that. But my priority is my health, and what you know, this is what I do with, you know, my job basically. So I don't put a price on that. So instead, I work my ass off harder and longer and further to ensure that I can afford it and never have to look at the price. So some people say, oh, it's okay for you because you can afford that. Yeah, but I work my ass off 18-hour days to fucking afford it, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's my priority. Okay, Chris, I'm 36 and testosterone deficient. My doctor has me on 200 milligram a week. Would you still recommend a test booster? I would also like to drop body fat. Would you alter the macros with this in mind? No, I wouldn't alter the macros if you want to drop body fat. I'd recommend that you follow another program because this is intensive. It requires increase of calories. When you say 200 milligrams, I assume that you're on HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. So further than that, I wouldn't recommend a testosterone booster. Go with what your doctor is subscribing there under his supervision. Kevin asked, would love to know more of your music playlist to keep that incredible intensity. It changes all the time as new music comes out. So obviously the new Machine Head album is out. I think it's awesome. I've downloaded that. The AC/DC album's out. I've downloaded that. Slipknot album came out about 6-8 weeks ago, so I've got that. So I've got a lot of heavy tunes punching out. I'm going to see Korn next month with Slipknot, so I'll start listening to them a little bit more again now. Chris, this is from, oh, it just disappeared, sorry guys. This is from John Cutler. What amount of protein shakes or generally grams of protein from powders you drink in case of a meal replacement? Most obviously morning, pre-post workout before bed. Are there any more? How does this differ? Where did that go? Would you attempt to, sorry, your question just disappeared there, so I'll try to answer what I did read. My protein shakes, like if I'm going to have a protein shake, I'll normally make sure that I have at least 40 grams of protein in there. If I'm having carbohydrates, then it could be like 70 grams of oats, if not more, or whatever. And I would normally have that first thing in the morning, breakfast. I'd have a casein at night, and I'd have a hydrolyzed whey protein post-workout, and that's it. And if I need as a meal replacement, if I don't have like my nutrition by design meals with me or my protein bites, I'd have a protein shake then as well, you know. So Alexandra Sunderstrom says, hi Chris, the goal is to put on good quality lean mass. What would you do in case you put on a few kilos of fat, say during the period of a few weeks? Would you attempt to burn it off during the program or focus on it later on? Focus on it later on, I would, but there's no reason why you should put on fat during this plan if you're eating clean the whole time, you know. Let's see, what is the next one? This is from Mayor Menon. Hey Chris, first of all, thanks for the 12-week hardcore series. I've used Optimum Nutrition. Is it necessary to change brands so the body yields the results? No, there isn't any reason why you should change brands. Optimum Nutrition is a good quality brand. It's a high seller on Bodybuilding.com. Very popular amongst the users there. If it tastes good and it's working for you, then stick to it. Next question. Let me see. Do you recommend ketosis diet? No carbs, high fat. Also, what do you eat or drink right after workout? How long is that window of opportunities? Who was it that said that? Because your answer has just disappeared. Sorry. I can't find it again. But anyway, no, I wouldn't recommend ketosis. Oh, it's from Louis Hilal. No, I wouldn't recommend like a keto diet on here at all, because you're going to have a lot of volume and intensity. When it comes to what do I have after the workout, follow the video series and you'll see. So this is from Corey Chung. Hi Chris, I'm your fan from Malaysia. Great workout. You've provided us. What is your body fat percentage before this program and after? I've no idea. I didn't measure my body fat during this program. I measured it on this most recent video series, where I started off at 15.9 and I think I finished at 7.8 over the 4 weeks. But I've probably put on a little bit since then. I've been enjoying myself. And this is Marco asked, I was wondering if you have any advice on the approach to program with lateral, which makes it almost impossible for me. Man, the questions are just, sorry, they're disappearing here too fast. Hi Chris, completed my first day of legs workout today. I'm from Bangalore, India, feeling great. Want to know the 12-week workout supplement in Bangalore, India, or any India websites? No, just go to Bodybuilding.com and order your supplements over there. This is from Daniel Rojas Jr. Hi Chris, love your program, but I'm just worried about the supplements. Is it normal that you recommend a lot of supplements? Just worried about having too many of different sorts or having overdose. Sorry, your question disappeared now as well. Overdose, is it okay to take the supplements that you recommend? If it wasn't okay to take the supplements that I recommend, I wouldn't recommend them. You know what I mean? So, of course, my priority is health. First and foremost, health. Second, it's a therapy. Third is vanity. So if I'm saying health is my priority, I'm only going to recommend supplements that are going to be beneficial to your health. Obviously, when you train, you're building up a lot of free radical damage. The food that you eat today doesn't have the benefits of what it did, say, 30 years ago, because the food is over-harvested. So obviously, you know, you're not going to be taking in as many antioxidants as you possibly could. Maybe your gut health isn't as good. Maybe your joint health isn't as good. Maybe you need to take in more protein because you're burning up so much protein surplus of nitrogen when you're in the gym. So of course, you need to take the supplements to make sure that you benefit, number one, for your health and with your performance and recovery. So don't worry about supplementation. All the supplements that are on Bodybuilding.com that I recommend are all natural derivatives of ingredients. So as I said before, protein powder, what is it? It's a milk extract without the shit of fat, without the shit of lactose, sugar. So it's actually healthier for you. So, you know, as an example, you're taking foods or supplementations, supplements that are going to be beneficial to you. This is from Alexandra. Hi, the goal is to put on good quality lean mass. Oh no, I've already read that one. Is Luke Charlie said, is there a weight that one would weigh at the start of the program to achieve the ideal results? Would you recommend anyone at any body weight to do this? Yeah, you can be at any starting point, whether you be obese at 320 or whether you be really lean at, you know, say 160 pounds or whatever. Doesn't matter. You apply the intensity and the weight that's on the bar, whatever it may be, that would suit you accordingly. Your muscles have no idea what number is written on the dumbbell or the barbell. All it knows is failure and intensity, and you have to fail in that gym in order to succeed with your results. Let me see, what else have we got here? Once the 12 weeks of the program is posted on Bodybuilding.com, will an ebook log for the full 12 weeks be available to download rather than printing each day individually? No, there won't be an ebook, but there's logs there. There's calendar logs for each month, so those are available right now that you can print out. This is from Jeffrey Atto. I often travel for work as a tour guide to many cities with students. Is it wise to play catch up with the workouts as the hotel gyms are typically garbage and I'm with groups all day long without any chances? So can I go to the gym like 3 to 4 days straight? If that is the only option available to you, then yes, do it. Just make sure that you get all your muscle groups done. But at the end of the day, obviously I travel a lot. So what I recommend that you do is wherever you go, make sure that you find out where you're going, and then maybe get online and find out exactly if there are gyms nearby that you can train at. Thank you for, this is from J.O. Gabalin. Thank you for answering my questions. I was previously taking fish oil with my multivitamin. I was wondering, what is your opinion on what supplement boosting the results of your program? Thank you again. That supplement boosting the results. Oh, fish oil, yeah, fish oil is great because obviously for your hormonal production, great for your joints, great for your skin, and obviously a multivitamin, that's going to be a spectrum. That's going to be your safe haven to ensure that you're getting all your vitamins and minerals that you may not be getting in from your food. So yeah, definitely a great addition. This is from WOA Easily. How many meals do you prepare at one time a day, worth a week or more? Normally I would bulk cook twice a week, maybe on a Sunday and on a Thursday, and I'll get all my meals ready and throw them in fridge freezer, then prepped for the week. Let me see. My name is Rafi. I'm 19 years old. I want to burn fat and gain muscle. Which program would suit me? The muscle building trainer or the 12-week trainer? If it's burning fat and building muscle at the same time, I recommend the hardcore trainer. Can I use your new program? This is from Corey Carroll. How do you feel about egg yolks with this plan as a healthy fat? Yeah, you can throw in 1 or 2 there a day. You know, if you have like 12 egg whites, throw 1 or 2 yolks in there, not a problem. Hi Chris, how hard should I push the cardio as far as heart rate is concerned? If you watch the video series, you will see. You know, I just recommend that you go for 4 minutes. You know, you do 3 solutions in your 15 minutes. You go 4 minutes at an average pace, and then you just go 1 minute all out. If you're looking at heart rates, maybe about 85% of your max, maybe 90, but only for a very short period. Gavin asked, Chris, this workout looks insane and I can't wait to go balls to the wall training. I'm 19 in college and really low on meal plan money and can't afford the diet. What should I do? Look at foods that cost less, obviously. So when I started out, I was just eating tuna straight out of a tin and baked potatoes dry. So if that's all that you can eat, just focus on those foods just to make sure that you're getting the adequate proteins and carbs in. Can I lift in the morning and do cardio in the evening? You could, but I would recommend that you just do the cardio post-workout, you know, exactly how it's written in the plan, you know, because the main reason why we do it paired up with a workout is to assist with the recovery. We want to get the blood flow around the body as soon as possible with your nutrition. So that's why immediately following the workout, we take the post-workout shake. Then we do the cardio to shuttle that post-workout shake around the body to assist with the recovery. The faster we recover, the more muscle we're going to put on. This is from Jagmeister13. Mass weight gainer protein powders, are they good to go? Yeah, that's absolutely fine. If you know, if you're a hard gainer, then you can take a weight gainer as opposed to, you know, your regular protein powder. Nick Valouf said, when will your supplements be available? Also, what types of products will you have? So next week, there will be the launch of the Cage Muscle Freeform amino acids, such as you know, your glutamine, the branched chain amino acids, L-carnitine, citrulline, also got some caffeine, and other single forms in there. And then in January, January, sorry, we'll have the phase 2 launch where they will be the formulas. such as, you know, your intra-workout, your post-workout, and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm very excited. I was hoping to have them released by the time this video series is launched, but I cannot and will not sacrifice the quality over the convenience of getting more sales through a video series, because I honestly, truly believe, and you know, I'm putting myself out here saying that these are going to be the best products the world has to offer, so I don't mind taking my time in that release. Bernardo Laura says, can I lift, oh, I've already read that one, sorry. Rahul says, I'm 60 kilograms, targeting for 75. Can you suggest any program? The muscle building video series I just launched yesterday, of course, so go check that out. Andrea Roblenko says, I have 25% body fat. Would you recommend I go through this workout for muscle building and then the workout that is coming up in order to lean out, or should I do first a 12-week program? If your primary goal is to lose body fat, do the hardcore trainer. If it isn't, but you will lose body fat on this muscle building video series anyway due to the intensity of it. And the cardio and the clean foods, so you could go either way. But if your primary goal is the hardcore video series, and then follow it up with a 4 weeks to shreds. Somebody said, Jo said, I was wondering if you'll be posting a sample meal plan for the 12-week program. Thank you. Well, if you follow the video series, you'll see what I eat every day. Then it says, Chris, do you ever drink wine or beer, etc.? That's from JV Tourist. Yeah, I do. People think I'm clean 24/7, but I don't drink that much. You know, like I'll drink maybe 3 times a year. You know what I mean? So it's not that often at all. But you know, when I do, I enjoy myself. And then I've got asked from James, carbs in the last meal on this video series. Yeah. Throw carbs in if you want to follow, you know, if your priority is to pack on a lot of size. Then add Armanshi says, hello, big respect from Damascus. Can you put us a more detailed meal plan? I don't know how more detailed it can be, because you've got your macro calculator there. You've got the list of proteins that you can put in there, your list of carbs, your list of fats. If you throw those particular foods in that calculator of what you want, it will give you your calorie surplus needed to put on muscle. So it's as detailed as it can possibly be. Okay, so Maya Menon said, I guess it was the intensity of the hardcore series, but I have these flashes of pain on my right knee. Will continuous slow, low weight training help work around it? Also, will it be a problem for this series? I know you have a lot of leg press sessions. Yeah, it could possibly be a problem for you, but I can't answer accurately because I don't know what that problem is. If it's a patella injury, if it's a tendon, if it's chondromalacia problem, I don't know. You're going to have to get that scanned and checked out to see how you can work around it. Maybe you need to strap the knee, maybe you need to change the angle of the exercises, maybe you have to do more extending over pressing, who knows. Next question is, talking of supplements, whey protein in particular, lots of brands use sucralose as a sweetener, and it's not just the cheap stuff at Costco, but all the big brands as well. Do you worry about the effects of this man-made product? Yeah, obviously everything in moderation. Don't take too much that has, you know, a huge surplus of it. It's the same with anything, you know, you've got to take everything in moderation. So I don't worry about it too much because I don't take too much of it. You know, whenever possible, I always make sure that I have my stevia as a replacement sweetener. This is from Corey. I'm your fan from Malaysia. Great workout you provide. What is your body fat percentage? I answered that one before. For someone going through puberty, do you think focusing on large muscles, chest, back, instead of bicep, etc., is better for me until the body is ready for large muscle groups? No. You can hit every muscle group and your smaller muscle groups. I don't understand where the correlation is there or what you're asking. Let me scroll back up here. How How many years have you been bodybuilding, and may I ask how old you are now? I'm not going to tell you my age, but I'll tell you that I have been training for about 15 years. Is it 15? Yeah, 15, 16 years, 16 years now. Kris, why HIIT on this program, but steady state for the 4-week shredding program? The reason being is that as you put on weight during this plan, your cardiovascular capacity decreases, and you need it to increase because the intensity of the workouts increase as we go along. So otherwise, you'll just be dragging ass trying to suck in air as opposed to focusing on the intensity of the workout. That's why I do that. On the 4 weeks to shreds, the goal is to maintain muscle. And that's why I go steady state, or I say medium state intensity cardio there, you know, because I don't want anything too intense. I don't want to tap into muscle stores, especially when we don't have a calorie surplus in the 4 weeks to shreds. Bernardo Laura said, I have a bad disc and can't do things like squats or barbell rows. Can I do other exercises that work the same body part? Of course. So if you find that leg press works better for you, and instead of barbell rows, do dumbbell rows with your chest supported on an incline bench, then that's going to be better for you, and it's an alternative exercise that hits the same body parts, so do that. Brian Gutierrez says, I'm addicted to the new trainer videos. Question, when will your new supplement line come out? First phase comes out at the end of next week, I believe, and phase 2 will be out in January, and then phase 3 will be out probably the month following that. Kris, I have no regular training partner to push out those important last reps. I feel I am being conservative but playing it safe. Any advice to either overcome this? Dropping the setting would be beneficial. I don't train with a training partner either. So what I'll do is bring in advanced movements or applications or principles such as drop sets, supersets, and negatives and stuff like that. So you'll just have to do the same. Do a lot of drop sets, and especially with the DTP, you're going to have a lot of rest pause that you can apply yourself, so you don't need a training partner. Ben Y is saying, Kris, to get cut like Riddick Roshan did in such a short time frame of time, would you suggest low intensity cardio in the morning on an empty stomach? If you follow any of my plans, you'll know that I never recommend fasted cardio. It's always after food. So if you follow my book, which is pretty much the plan that Riddick followed, there was no fasted cardio, so no, I wouldn't. Gabrielle says, I take creatine and would like to keep taking creatine on this plan. Do you recommend it? Yes, I do. I recommend it before you work out, and I recommend it after you work out. Corey Cowell says, how hard should I push the cardio as far? Oh, no, I've read that one before. Sorry, this is going all over the shop. So Alkesh said, really no way to get my question answered. What question? Don't understand. Oh, there's another workout. There's another question here. Did the pre-workout sup have bad side effects? Did what pre-workout supplements have bad side effects? I don't understand your question there. Pre-workout supplements shouldn't have bad side effects. I have no idea what you're taking. Maybe you're taking something that's black market. Next question is, where did it go? Hey, mind explaining why the veins on one side of the body are different from the other? Like on one bicep, I have a curly vein, and on the other, it's completely straight. Oh, sorry. Well, it's just like, you know, you don't have identical sides. You know, obviously, it's just the genetic heritage of your map of veins that's just made up. You know, one just happens to take a meandering journey on one side, and the other one's taking a directive one. It's nothing to be concerned about. Don't worry about it. You know, you may have one leg bigger than the other. You may have one ball that hangs lower than the other. Don't, you know, lose any sleep about it. I don't. I have a bad disc and can't do things. Oh, I've read that one. Hey Kris, can I follow your new program at 16 years of age, and would you recommend supplements at this age? No, I don't need any supplements at that age, buddy. And yeah, you can follow this program, but really, really lower the intensity to begin with, just to make sure that you adapt it to your skill level. You don't want any injuries, obviously, especially at your age. Let me see about this. My cast, I injured my rotator cuff in January, had an MRI in February, surgery was not required, so I did physical therapy from March through September. My shoulder still hurts after working out with 10-pound dumbbells. Should I wait to start the trainer? Yeah, you can either wait to start the trainer or just do exercises that do not interfere with your shoulder injury. But I'm surprised that it's still hurting right now. Make sure that you hit a lot of rotator cuff movements with increased weight. Oh, no, thank you. I don't do shots. Coffee shots we're talking about here, by the way, guys, not alcohol beverages. Kris, between chicken breasts and whey protein, which one will you have to choose as your only protein source? Chicken breasts, I would go for. Bernardo said, thank you, Kris. You've answered my questions. The hell with the loser critics. Yeah, to hell with them, dude. Let me see. To get Abraham. D asked, Kris, on the day that the workouts are split, AM and PM, if I have enough time in the morning to do both, can I do that? The workouts are split AM and PM. Oh, no, the workouts, no, you can do AM, yeah, that's absolutely fine. It doesn't matter about PM, just train whenever you really want to. Wadey asked, hi Kris, thanks for the program. Is it okay to swap days, i.e. 1 and 4 and 17 and 20? Also, will you be doing a meetup in Sydney? Yes, I'm going to be. Haven't you been following my Facebook page? I'm going to be at Titan Fitness this Sunday for a seminar, so contact Titan Fitness in Coogee if you want to come to the seminar, book your spot. And I'll also be doing a couple of one-on-one personal training sessions for them as well, so give them a holler. Yes, no, you wouldn't want to swap day 17 and day 1 and 4. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Try to stick to the plan as it's listed, as it's put out. So Louis Hilal said, did you use cage muscle supplements when doing your 12-week plan? Yes, I did. I've been testing them now for 27 months. So yeah, I did use a lot of the supplements here. However, you'll see that I did use a couple of other brands as well, such as Grenade and Nutrition by Design, Protein Bites, obviously, because Cage Muscle don't have anything like that anyway. They don't do snacks or anything. But yeah, I've been testing for a long time now. Then I've got great info, learning a lot. How much water do you drink a day? Do you drink it during your workout, or do you drink a BCAA? This is from Louis Hilal. I drink a lot of coconut water because it doesn't bloat me as much, and I normally have that intra-workout, and I normally have that around the workout as well. Was that the question? Was there anything else? I can't remember what else you asked. The question's disappeared now, sorry. Oh, how much water do I drink a day? I'll probably drink about 1.5 gallons, I'd say. I think we're getting to the end of this chat now, guys. So thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for hanging around and to ask these questions. So now at, let me see what time it is. I think it's at 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. If you go onto the Bodybuilding.com page or go onto my Instagram, I'll post it now as well. I'll be answering questions on the Bodybuilding.com Instagram account live again at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which will be like 10 o'clock here. So please join me for that. And so head on over to that account. And now we're going to go surfing for a couple of hours. So hopefully I'll be in one piece intact to answer your questions there. So thank you very much. So if there's any questions that I didn't get to here, I apologize. I'll be able to get to them in a few hours. So thank you. I'm now going to figure out how to hang up here, and I shall speak to you soon. Cheers.